I've been spending my whole career justifying the fact that I really believed that pediatrics was a calling and I wanted to be a pediatrician since I was 4 years old. I think there's more than one rewarding part of my job, but the ones that stand out are that every day I feel like there is hope for the future of the world because children are the future and they bring hope. They have unparalleled enthusiasm. They are not jaded by life events. They approach things with an open mind and an open heart, and it renews my own spirit and fills my soul to work with kids. You know, pediatricians have many stories. That's what we're good at, storytelling. So a couple of my favorites are a very frightened child who had neurodevelopmental challenges, who for many times would come in my office kicking and screaming and not wanting to be carried and not wanting to be examined. And I walked in the exam room one day, and she was sitting under the exam table in the corner, and I just crawled under there and sat next to her, and was talking to her mom and sort of giving her a chance to get closer to me and closer to me. That visit took more than an hour, but by the end, she let me listen to her heart and listen to her lungs and actually looked me in the eyes. And her mom said to me, no one's ever taken the time to let her warm up to them. Everybody's always walked in a room and came at her, and she felt like she was being attacked. And to me, it was just an intuitive thing to just meet the child where they are and let them come to you, which was very, very satisfying. Another one is a child who I took care of who probably shouldn't be alive. The mom was told when she was an infant and she failed her hearing test and had a imaging test and had what they thought was a malignancy in her brain. She was given a very short time to live. And her mother was convinced that there was more to do than just palliative care. And so I supported her journey and tried to connect her to additional specialists. She was actually kissed by the Pope in Philadelphia, but I took the journey with that family and supported them and their needs emotionally. I saw the kid in their house. They often were very frightened to bring her to my office, and I'm like, nope, you're on my way home. I'll stop by and see how she's doing, and we'll go that route. And she's now in 4th grade, and has some challenges, but doing okay. And the dad went on record and said, you can tell everybody, if Dr. Kressly ever needs a kidney, she can have both of mine. I always remind people we are the AAP. The AAP is pediatricians and professionals and awesome staff and leadership that is committed to really advancing child health and advancing the world so that every child can have the chance at a bright future. It also is what lifts me up when life feels like it's too hard and every day seems like a challenge, to meet my colleagues in a place where we can work together. And I feel like we can link arms and do more, affect more, be more hopeful together. I think it's important that my colleagues lift me up, and that fills my heart as much as taking care of kids.